of Gillette Venus than a woman who is so beautiful and who has the most fantastic legs. I have been looking at your legs from there, and you are wow.
Thank you.
How do you look like this? How do you always look this way? First up, I need to know. You know, when people ask this question, what is your beauty secret? No, what is your regime? What do you do to look the way you do?
Well, first of all, hi everyone. I think it's a combination of a lot of things. You know, I think when we talk about skin, when we talk about skincare, when we talk about regime, yes, it's important to take care of our skin, but I think the lifestyle that we lead is also extremely important. So for me, the food I eat, my regular exercise, sleeping adequately, water, I think all of these things are also very, very important. And then, of course, to be, you know, to have brands like Gillette Venus that give you that faith and confidence that you can go out there
Look your best.
and look your best and feel your best. So I think it's a combination of everything.
So, Gillette Venus and you, how did this fantastic and very appropriate association come about?
It's been a couple of years now. It's been more than a couple of years, actually. And I've always believed that brands are an extension of my personality. So whenever you see me endorse a brand, it's because there is a brand philosophy that I identify with or that I believe in that makes me want to help them spread their message, whatever that message might be. And I think for me, the Gillette woman is someone who is modern and confident, but also rooted and traditional at the same time.
Well, the Gillette Venus woman is confident. You, yes, is unapologetically feminine, and
Yes.
that's you yet. Wow. I mean, I don't think there could be a better fit than this. Okay, what are your thoughts on a product like the Gillette Venus Breeze, a razor that gives you, it's a beauty product that gives you the confidence to wear what you want, when you want, wherever you want?
I think it's extremely important. I think it's important because I think for women, or for at least most women, or at least the women I know and the women in my life, beauty is important. That beauty can mean different things to different people, but I think to feel your best self, to feel confident about yourself, there's certain things that will make you feel confident, there's certain things that will make me feel confident. I think it's important. You know, I think a lot of women fall back on certain products. For a lot of us, it is Gillette Venus that make us feel confident and make us feel our best selves. And I think for most women, beauty is important.
How is this the perfect product for a modern Indian woman, in your opinion?
I think considering our lifestyle, I think considering how much we travel, considering you know, we manage to multitask and do so many things in a day. You know, sometimes it's difficult to sort of maybe do all of it at the same time. And so when you can do something like shaving at your convenience in the comfort of your office or your home or in your bathroom.
Whenever, wherever,
yeah.
without any
Why not?
preparatory agents as
Why
well.
not?
May I say that now? Well, thank you very much, Deepika. I will be asking you a few more questions
Okay.
just a bit. Choose your seat wherever you'd like to sit.
Wherever.
Big round of applause for this very, very beautiful lady. The perfect fit for Gillette Venus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Breeze is a two-in-one product. It has style and substance. Venus too has advocates of the brand that epitomize style and substance. Please. Available. So I had the opportunity to try it, and I'm so excited that it's now available for all of you in India because it is a beautiful product. And as Neha knows a lot about it with the features that are specific to, of course, Gillette Venus, it's wonderful. And I love the fact that it has these inbuilt moisture gel bars that make the experience of shaving really, really beautiful. So I have tried it, but all of you can try it now over here.
I know, it's easily available. So, Neha, have you tried it?
Well, hello Mandira. We didn't get a chance to say hello, and a very good afternoon to everyone here. Yes, I haven't tried this one yet. I've heard amazing things about it. I have shaved with different products, by Venus and the range before this. Now, I know that this is great because it has this, it has this 2-in-1 kind of option with the moisturizing gel bar, which is fantastic. Because you don't have to, there's always this complaint where you're like, oh my God, no, it's too dry and it's too itchy. But this one's got like body butter, it's got glycerine. I can already feel it. And it's got this amazing smell, when you go close to it. It's just, I have an issue with like things that don't smell good. And that's why it's okay to sit next to Deepika. and so hot. Yeah.
Listen, I smell pretty good too.
So that's why they have so much in common with the Gillette Venus Breeze, because it smells fantastic too. Yeah, it's got great features. I'm ready to try it.
What do you expect in terms of experience since you've not tried it? And she's tried it and she's like keeping a bit mum about it. You guys can try it too. What are your thoughts in terms of expectations?
A far more smoother shave, a lot more moisturizing, because there's always that one complaint, and then there's always like, because I shave all the time and I'm totally okay with it because you're on the move, and we were listening to Deepika even backstage and she had the same things to say, and the reason why we endorse products like this is because we're all working women, we don't have time. But once you're done shaving, you're like, it's something's not right. But with this, I'm hoping everything is 100% right, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
Imagine if the classic Gillette Venus was so good. How can this be better?
So I'll tell you, because I have used it, I can say, and I wanted first, Neha, to tell you about our expectations, and I can tell you that all your expectations will be fulfilled, because it is supremely conditioning. It is very moisturizing, so that feeling of dryness and flakiness that you sometimes get after shaving, you won't get. What's wonderful about it is that you don't need any accessory like the shaving foam, because it's already built into this, which is lovely again. It's not painful, it's not fussy, there's no other chemicals that are used. So of course, it saves a lot of time. As Deepika was saying, you can do it in the comfort of your home as well. You have complete control, which is someone like me who's a control freak. I want to be able to control it myself, and I have no pain threshold at all.
It
so
seems
there's no
to
pain.
do everything. Do you think we can have a bath with it now?
I don't think so, but there's something I want to say on stage, and I don't know if I'm going to get this opportunity again or not, but you were like, imagine if the earlier razors was so good, what this one would be like. I have to share this with everyone here, that the first ever shoot I did was for, Gillette Venus. They launched, I know this makes me sound really old and I'm okay with that. Yes, they launched me, and it was in 1999, and I was on a poster holding a razor, I think it was Satin Care, it was one of their earlier ones, and standing next to me, I was standing next to Chitrangada, and both of us started our careers with this brand, and it's been so many years, and it's just great to be here still.
Razors come a long way, and so have you, babe.
And so are my legs.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to invite on stage a celebrity dermatologist and aesthetic physician.
Professional.
Oh, okay then. All right, so lots of women must be coming up to you all the time saying, we're scared to shave. Not in the middle of this, G, please. Please. They must be coming up to you saying, we're scared to shave. There are a lot of misconceptions. Clearly, these three women aren't, but there are women who come up to you saying that, there's so many misconceptions connected with shaving. So what do you tell them?
So firstly, they come and ask me, is it safe to shave? So I just want to give this answer in a comparative way. Just imagine the
it's safe to shave as long as you don't nick yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only
So it's safe. Firstly, the technology itself makes a big difference. Imagine putting on wax, where there is a chance of it being hot and spoiling your skin, where you're always subject to the hygiene conditions of where you're waxing, and then you need to wait a certain time to wax, and all that are the added disadvantages. But just the hot wax going on your skin could be a lot detrimental. And then the other thing is, imagine those chemicals that are available in terms of hair removal lotions. They're chemicals. If they're burning your hair, they're burning your skin as well, right? So those are much more harmful. So the most physical, inert, non-troubling or non-harming gadget is a razor. And then when you have razors such as these, which are newer and modern, you have the added benefits. Like you said, nick and cuts. This would never give you a nick and cut because if you see the edges, they're more rounded, the blades are smooth, and they're mounted on a spring. The nick and cut happens when you're holding the razor and you're not too sure of how much pressure you need to apply. And then along the contours of your body, when you're turning it along, is where you end up giving nick and cuts if it's not flexible. In this, the neck and the head are flexible. It's mounted on a spring. So even if you were to put an extra pressure on the handle, that's not transferred.
Contour.
On your knees,
Yes,
on the sides of your legs.
that's where you get the nicks if you do. Yeah.
So it just bends so beautifully and flexes itself that it's nice to shave so you don't get the nicks and cuts. And then there are springs, and then the one beautiful feature about this one is it has a bar, gel bar, which moisturizes.
Wow. I was telling the girls earlier, I think this you can have a bath with this. It's a multi-purpose thing. Right. What are the other myths connected with shaving as far as shaving for women?
Maybe that hair grows a lot more thicker, which again is not true. That's because...
Say that again, once more. A lot of women think that the hair grows thicker, but it is...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when you're waxing or when you're using any other methods for hair removal, you would yank it from the root. So when it is growing, it grows from the root and it kind of becomes tapered as it is coming out. So you think that it is thinner or finer. But when you razor or cut through a blade, you're cutting at the surface. So you're chopping it like the bar, like the trunk of a tree. So that feels rough till it tapers off naturally. That's all there is. So it's not actually growing thicker, it just feels blunt and, prickly for that first couple of days.
Because of where it's actually been taken out from, as opposed to waxing. What are the other myths? Are there any other myths connected with...
So myths like probably it gives you pigmentation. Yeah,
that's I've heard people say that, it makes my skin darker.
Correct. It doesn't. It's because if you have razors which were probably not so technologically advanced, you would probably scrape your skin 2-3 times to get away the hair much nearer to the skin. But here there are multiple blades. So one blade is designed to kind of pull your hair a little, the second one cuts off, the third one goes as near to the skin as possible. So with one stroke, you're getting a much better hair removal experience. And 2, there's also these bars which are fortifying it, or rather giving you the moisture, giving you the gel, which makes it easy and smooth for the blade to run on your skin. So there's no dehydration. Also because of the flexible head, you're not ripping off the top dead layer of the skin too deep.
Right.
So when you're causing injury is when we call something called as PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So even something as simple as shaving with a blade, when you're scraping too much of the skin, might end up causing pigmentation eventually if you're using a wrong tool.
So do you actually recommend when people come to you and ask you about hair removal, you recommend this over waxing?
Definitely. We do recommend it even in patients who come to us with those little bumps on the skin, folliculitis on the skin, ingrowth. Ingrowth especially.
Yes.
That's when we end up recommending or prescribing a razor.
Right. It's with waxing that you get all those ingrowths.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the safety concerns as far as shaving is concerned? Did you ever have that thing of maybe it's not safe? I used to hear this earlier. I have to tell you this, that I have never waxed my legs in my life. I've only used a razor. And it's worked out really well for me. And It doesn't even feel blunt. That whole blunt angle that you're talking about, that hasn't ever happened with me. But have you ever encountered, or before you started shaving, did you have any concerns? Did any of you have any concerns before shaving that, you know, it may not be good for the skin, or it may cause, I mean, did you have any, I mean, we've been shaving all for a long time.
You know, the thing is, you always have concerns, and these things are, and I mean, I started off early with the shaving and stuff, also because, you know, I love saying this, it's the best and the most inexpensive way to get rid of hair on your legs. And I started off thinking, okay, let's try it out. Is it safe? Is it not? But those questions, of course, they came up. And once I started shaving my legs, I was fine with it. And I'm just like you, I haven't gone back to it. And the thing is, the technology is improving. And now after listening
One more myth is being busted here. Sardharnis are not very hairy women.
No, apparently they're supposed to be very hairy, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a myth that's been busted.
Yeah,
We're not very hairy women.
Yeah, we're fine. We're absolutely fine with that. But, you know, the thing is that when you're asking whether it is something that you did question, I did. And it's trial and error. I tried it out, and we're doing just fine. Me and my legs are doing just fine with shaving.
Would you
Talk
recommend
about
it to
legs,
others?
Like we can shave our arms. And
Yeah,
so many
exactly.
other
So,
things.
but I mean, the thing is, when you're talking, I was looking at your legs, and you don't have any of the scars. In fact, I've seen my friends who wax, who keep complaining, oh, I have, you know, you mentioned something about ingrown hair and stuff, and I've heard my friends complain about that, and you know, they should have been here today listening to you.
And I think, again, what's lovely about this particular razor is the fact that not only is it easy to use, but it's contoured in a way that it will prevent you from getting nicks and cuts if you use it properly. I think the danger of getting nicks and cuts is when you use an inferior blade, when you use a single blade, when you use a rusty blade. And this doesn't have any of that. So, and it's got an ergonomical head, a word that I've been practicing backstage, which also makes it healthy and makes it less risky to use, and it's got the right texture as well in the handles. So that means even when you use it in the bath, it won't slip, and therefore it's also less risky.
I think, Doctor, a lot of people here would like to hear it from you, that the coarseness or the amount of growth that you have on your body, the hair on your body, that's genetic, isn't it? It can't be altered because of a hair removal method.
The number of hair you have on your body surface area is usually genetic. The only way that can be altered is if you have a hormonal imbalance. That's the only way.
I mean,
that
all
it
things
can,
being, I meant to say,
Yeah.
all things being equal. We're not talking about hormonal
so
balances
otherwise,
here.
then a gadget that you use or a tool that you use to remove your hair is not going to influence the number of hair follicles there.
Convenience. Ladies, we've all spoken about the whole convenience factor. Does anybody have a story to share of how, you know, your razor saved the day? I don't know.
Well, just now backstage.
Oh, is that why your legs are looking so
Classy,
smooth?
so classy and conditioned. I have just used this 5 minutes ago. So it certainly saved the day for me.
Yeah, so you know, this totally supports the cause of wherever, whenever. No
I think it's an essential
preparatory
must-have
agents required.
in your beauty kit, along with whatever else you need, a mascara or, for me, you know, whatever your essentials are. I think it's important to have a Gillette Venus razor.
Is it a part of your...
Absolutely. I was just going to say, it's definitely a part of my toilet kit. Whenever I travel, that's almost literally after my toothbrush, that's one of the first things that go into my toilet kit.
See, that's the thing you didn't know about Deepika. She first puts her toothbrush in, and then her Gillette Venus, and now Gillette Venus Breeze.
And now I don't have to worry about putting like a shaving foam or something separately in that, because now you have just this one thing you have to carry around with you.
You have
A story? Yeah, I mean, I've
Maya
had...
has many
I
stories.
have many stories, but I have a shaving story. I remember I've caught myself shaving in the car. So so this is even better because now like Deepika said, I don't have to ask somebody, moisturizer kidhar hai, ye kidhar hai, wo, just this, and you're good to go. So yeah, I will be shaving in the car all over again with the Gillette Venus Breeze. I'm just happy it's here.
We're all the ladies over here. How many ladies are there in the audience? After hearing all about the features of the new Gillette Venus Breeze, put your hands up again. I want to see how many of you are here. Isn't that a fantastic product? All of you say, I. Okay. I, yes, whatever. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to throw the floor open for a quick question-answer session. Requesting all of you to please keep your questions limited to the launch. And another request, if you have a question, please raise your hand, introduce yourself, and tell us who the question is for. Yes. Can we have a mic going to the lady over there in blue?
Hi, I'm journalist Pooja Samant. I'm a freelancer. I would like to ask question to Dr. Rashmi. When a particular lady have a very dry skin, for instance, my skin is very dry. So how it is advisable to use this, and is it safe?
So safety, we discussed that it is really, really safe. If you have a dry skin, there is always a chance that you may also have a sensitive skin. That's because usually dry skin is devoid of moisture and it'll have those micro cuts. And then when you do anything, even if you put water, it can burn, isn't it? So it's very important for you to use water before you shave, irrespective of the gadget you're using, even if it is the Venus Breeze. So put some water, that's a great moisturizer, and then you can use this. So we were at their research institute in England, in Reading, and they showed us the entire way this blade is actually made. You'll be surprised that on a particular slow-moving camera, I don't know the technicalities of it, the films move very slowly, so you can literally see the moisture coming in. So you can actually see the gel from these bars coming onto the blade and the skin so beautifully well. So before your blade actually touches your skin, the gel is already sprayed onto it. So you then move it on, so it's protected before you do it, and the second bar will kind of almost seal it up with moisture. So it's a beautiful mechanism where even if you had a dry skin, it's pretty safe to use. Having said that, use it on wet skin.
Neha, did you have a bottle of water when you were shaving in the car? Did you do it on wet skin? Just want to know. Never mind.
Oh my God. Thank God I was in the back seat and not the front, because that's what I usually said.
Right. Any more questions? Yes, the lady. Yes. Your name? You didn't introduce yourself. We'd like to know who you are.
Soma Ghosh from Grey Shobha. My question is सभी से है, आप तीनों से, कि आपने अपने स्किन की आप देखभाल कैसे करती हैं डेली रूटीन में? नेहा, सोहा and Deepika.
Okay. I think जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, it's a mix of a lot of things. So I think to begin with, to make sure you've had adequate sleep, to make sure you've had at least 7 or 8 hours of restful sleep, or 9 or 10. No, that's a bit much. I get groggy with that. But I mean, I think everyone knows how much sleep they need. Usually, I think it's 7 to 8 maybe. Or 10. And I think to start your day with a breakfast, I think one of the things that we don't do is we're so busy just running from one place to another, we ignore the most important meal of the day, which is breakfast. So I think having breakfast is really important, and being a South Indian, that's my most favorite meal of the day. And then eating a wholesome, balanced meal even throughout the day. So whether it's your breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your meals in between, to make sure you have enough nutrition in your food, to drink enough water, to make sure you exercise. Now, I know a lot of people don't have the time to physically go to a gym or do yoga or do some sort of exercise, but I think even simple things like if you can walk to your workplace, or if you live, say, on the 6th floor, and if you can climb, walk down instead of taking the lift and climb back up, simple things like that we can, I think all of this has to become a part of your lifestyle. And then, of course, like I said, the products that you use, you want to use products that are iconic. You want to use products that are affordable, but also that are tried and tested. I think there's a certain reason why certain brands have been in the market for so long, and I think that's obviously because they are tried and tested, and it works for people. So I think to be able to identify those products, whether it's your razor, whether it's your your sunscreen, whether it's your night cream, whatever it is, I think to be able to find that, I think it's different for me, it will be different for everyone else, but I think you have to find that for yourself.
Right. I think Deepika covered everything from sunscreen to sleep. I would just say that one thing I would encourage people to do is to do a headstand. If you do Shirsasana every day, It's really good for you. It gets the blood flowing in the opposite
Shobha ji,
direction.
headstand करेंगी ना आप?
In our skirts, maybe not. We dare to bear, but not bear so much. But I would say that's also really good. Anything that makes your heart beat, just go a little bit to a cardio level, whether it's dancing, whether it's doing whatever you enjoy doing, that also is really good. And be healthy on the inside as well as the outside.
Neha?
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they've covered everything between Deepika and Soha, the headstand tip that I gave Soha many years ago. Now she's sharing in front of everyone. Okay, that's a lie. No, but I just think the one thing that I always believe is to hydrate. We always forget to drink water, you know, and that's really good because it flushes out all your toxins. And of course, skin is not just the skin on your face, it's all over your body, your legs and everything. So for everything else, there's always Gillette Venus. Thank you.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a gentleman with a question.
Yep. Hi,
Go for
Deepika
it.
here. Justin. Justin from PTI. Yeah.
Thanks. He's only saying hi to Deepika, so we're fine.
Well, no. Hi to everybody.
He was like, Justin. I'm Justin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in the banquet hall.
Right. So Deepika, I mean, congratulations. I mean, we are seeing you back after Triple X. Big year for you. 2017 began on a very happy note. How happy and content are you with the success of the film, and does that relieve you a lot of pressure and make you proud that the film did so well?
Yes, of course. I think anything that you put your heart and soul into, when you see the results, when you see how it's, for me, I think what was heartening and what really got me emotional was the way India embraced the film, and a lot of them sitting right here. I think just the way everyone embraced the film, everyone, in the way I think that maybe my performance or even the fact that maybe the way I spoke in the film, I think all of those things were very well received, and I think that makes me really happy, because to step out of your comfort zone and to work in a territory that you're absolutely unfamiliar with, and not knowing what the end result might be, but then to actually see that translate into this kind of love and appreciation, it makes me feel like it's worth taking all of those risks.
Okay, Justin, you've been very naughty.
No,
You're not allowed to ask questions that are not connected to what we've been discussing here today. You want to know how to shave your legs?
Not right now.
Dr. Shetty will teach you, will tell you.
No, but a related question now.
It better be a related question, because otherwise I'm going to knock you out of the park.
No, Neha, Deepika and Soha, for all three of you, I just wanted to know, are there days when you feel a lot of pressure to always look good, to always look beautiful, considering that we are in an industry where a lot of focus is there on glamour? So are there days like that?
Every day, and especially when I scroll and I see my Instagram feed and suddenly Deepika's picture pops up, it's the worst feeling in the world, yes. And Soha's, of course. But Soha and me can like say these things to each other all the time. I don't get to
Best
say
feeling in
this.
the world, because it's inspirational, isn't it?
No, let's just be honest. It's not. It's just like, oh my God, how does she look good all the time? Yes, that's too much pressure.
Neha just has this way of pulling my leg every time,
Not
in
true.
public and in private. She just knows how to do
She's
it.
gorgeous. And so is Soha and Ma'am, of course. And Mandira, of course. Please, somebody take over. And everybody here.
Okay, so how would you like to...
Is there pressure? I don't know. I think it depends from individual to individual. I think it depends on, a lot of people have a different way of handling it. And I wouldn't say there's pressure. Is there expectation? Yes. I think there is a lot of expectation from everyone to always look a certain way. And then I think it depends. Like for me, it really doesn't matter. If I've had a long flight and if I look great, great. But if I don't look great, that's also okay. You know, it's totally okay to not have great days. It's totally okay to not feel your best or to have low days. I think you have to allow yourself that much and not be so hard on yourself.
And I think it's amazing now that the media is literally everywhere. You come out of the gym, you get off a flight in the middle of the night, and you know, everyone can see just how natural you are. It's a wonderful thing.
Justin's friend has a question, that's right.
हेलो मंदिरा से माफी मांगते हुए मैं भी एक सवाल
नहीं, आप नहीं पूछ सकते, sorry.
मैं दीपिका से पूछना चाहता हूँ कि
नहीं, अगर ये लॉन्च से रिलेटेड नहीं है, आई एम सॉरी।
क्योंकि जस्टिन ने पूछा इसलिए मैं भी चाहता हूँ।
पर जस्टिन वाज जस्ट इन टाइम, ही गॉट अवे विद इट।
दीपिका, मेरा सवाल ये कि हमने सुना है कि इस बार ऑस्कर के रेड कार्पेट पे आप चलने वाले, इज इट ट्रू? इसके बारे में हम जानना चाहेंगे।
Would you like to answer that, or should I tell Justin's friend where to get off?
Justin's friend. It's an interesting question. Yes or no question? No. Huh? Give him justice. Give Justin justice.
So.
Right. Do we have any more questions?
Hi.
But if I do decide to, I'll definitely take Gillette along.
Yes. We want to hear that.
Hi, Deepika, Sohan.
Where?
Hello.
Where?
Neha.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Yes.
Oh, Chase here.
Yes. So, मेरा सवाल कोई भी जवाब दे सकता है, क्योंकि आप लोग जब घर से निकलते हैं तो घर में रख रखाव माँ से सीखते हैं, करीबी लोगों से सीखते हैं। जब ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री में आते हैं देन आसपास के लोगों से सीखते हैं। और दीपिका, अभी आप हॉलीवुड भी जा चुकी हैं तो वहाँ के लोगों का भी रख रखाव देखा होगा आपने। किस तरीके से ये बदलाव देखती हैं, लाइक शेविंग एंड वट एवर, जिस तरीके से ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री में वो खुद का रख रखाव, तो क्या अंतर पाती हैं आप दीपिका, अगर शेयर कर सकें या आप तीनों में से कोई भी बता सके?
Did you get the question?
हर जगह ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री में जब आप रहते हैं तो क्या अंतर पाते हैं? हॉलीवुड में किस तरीके से एक्ट्रेसेस या एक्टर्स अपना ख्याल रखते हैं फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम?
देखिए, एडवाइस तो आपको बहुत मिलेगी और हमें इतना एडवाइस चाहिए नहीं। तो आई थिंक कि जो लोग आप ट्रस्ट करते हैं, अगर आपकी माँ हो, अगर आपके कोई क्लोज फ्रेंड्स हो जो आप ट्रस्ट करते हैं, अगर कोई ब्रांड्स हो जैसे दीपिका ने कहा जो मार्केट में बहुत सालों से हैं, जैसे कि जिलेट, जैसे कि वीनस, तो फिर आप वो ट्रस्ट के ज़रिए आगे चलेंगे। इट्स नॉट दैट, अदरवाइज देयर लॉट्स ऑफ पीपल हु हैव थिंग्स टू टेल यू अबाउट व्हाट इज़ गुड, एंड इट ऑल्सो चेंजेस एवरी वीक। One day they'll tell you something is good for you and the next week it's not good for you. So you can't just go by people's opinions.
और कोई ऐसी जगह होती है जहाँ पे आप लोग को क्लिक किया जाता है लेकिन वो जगह अच्छी नहीं होती, आपको बड़ा अजीब लगता है कि कोई आया फोटो खींच के चला गया या कोई वीडियो बना के चला गया?
Yeah, sorry, press. Sorry, press. हाँ, बहुत ऐसी जगह होती हैं, स्पेशली व्हेन यू आर टेकन बाय सरप्राइज, जैसे कि रेस्टोरेंट के बाहर या फिर जिम के बाहर या फिर एयरपोर्ट के बाहर या फिर वहाँ सब, मतलब आई एम मोर देन हैप्पी if I don't get clicked on those places, but you finished? I love these guys. No. They know I love them, but he asked me a very objective question कि कहाँ आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता, पर अगर आप आ रहे हैं तो हमें बता दीजिए, कहीं किसी तरीके से इन्फॉर्म कर दीजिए कि थोड़ा हम बाल बनाएं, क्योंकि मैं तो मतलब जब फ्लाइट में सोती हूँ तो पूरा ऐसे मुंह खोल के सोती हूँ। So by the time I wake up and wipe my face off,
फिर हम तैयार भी होते हैं और फिर आप नहीं मिलते हैं।
हाँ, बस जिस दिन हम तैयार होके बाहर निकलते हैं तो प्रेस वाला नहीं होता है। ऐसे कैसे करते हो यार आप?
Right, any more questions? Yes.
Hi to everyone. This is Sohail from Glamsham. Deepika and all of you all, as a teenage
we are
girl,
crowd. Deepika and all of you all.
As a teenage girl, what was the myth regarding like shaving? And in today's world, technology has come so much that you have that permanent hair removal actually. So do you really feel the need for a razor actually?
Okay, 1 second. Can I just correct that one thing? So there is nothing like permanent hair removal. As you said, there's an advantage.
Through laser? No, it's not.
No. It's only reduction there also. So therefore, there is nothing on earth which can permanently remove your hair. It's reduction. Those are all just probably sales pitches. So it's only reduction. And that too after many, many sittings. It is not after 4 sittings or 5 sittings. So that's just a little correction, but there is.
Sohail, देखो, आपने कुछ नया सीखा आज।
हाँ, maybe even they might be having a myth also. I think there are lots of people. Any message to the viewers or to the girls or to the women actually, you know, lots of myths are there regarding lots of things actually.
What message would you give a teenager,
First
perhaps?
thing, as a teenager, what myth you had?
I think for the question that you asked, I think specifically, I think Reshma is the right person in terms of what advice, because she's Rashmi. Sorry, I don't know why I keep her. Because she's the only qualified person, but for me, what I would say to young girls, I would say do what you think is best for you, because different things work for different people. Something that might work for me might not work for somebody else. So, you know, amongst my friends, we can say, you know, this works for me, that works. But eventually, I think if there's any professional advice, I think Reshma would be the best person. Rashmi. I didn't say Reshma, I said Rashmi.
Sure. So I know everybody mixes it up with Reshma Shetty.
As a young teenager, what was your myth actually at that time, in the beginning actually? Because I don't think that at that time we had razors actually, you know. Maybe especially for the ladies actually. You had the hair removing creams actually.
Honestly, for a very long, actually until I started working, I didn't even look into this aspect of my life because for some reason I was an athlete and I had literally, it didn't even cross my mind to think about hair removal or my eyebrows or my hair or anything of that sort. I think at that point it was literally wake up in the morning, go to the field, you know, do my training, go to school, come back. I had a very different life. And so I don't think back then these things, I didn't think of these things back then. But if there's anything that my mother told me, she said, at least as far as, you know, my skincare and all of that was concerned, she said less is more. So don't do too much to your skin. And fortunately, I've been blessed with great genes and amazing skin. So the less you do, the better.
Neha, so I asked
but
you this.
Is it really connected with hygiene also actually? You know, it's more of
would you recommend shaving to, say, a 13-year-old girl or 14-year-old girl who comes to you and asks you for advice?
I mean, I'm on the same page as Deepika. I don't know if they start that young, because I didn't. But I mean, I started shaving, the first time I got a razor was when I shot for it at the age of like 19. And it was amazing. So I really, there's no, it's not like, oh, shave mat karo or tumhare liye acha nahi hai. It's not going to do you any harm. I mean, if you're talking about other hair removal, you know, remedies that are there in the market right now, like Doctor as well said, that firstly, nothing is permanent. And secondly, it's not like it doesn't take time. For us, we're fighting different things at different levels or different points in our life. And maybe a teenager at that time when, you know, I think this would be probably post-school or something when you start shaving or doing whatever else you need to do and you get conscious and you want to look a certain way, I would totally recommend it. And this is absolutely safe. And everyone out there, even the younger girls, don't start off young would be my advice. But when you do, shaving is a great way to start.
I think the message certainly is not that we are telling people when to shave or that we are telling people to shave. We're telling people that shaving can certainly be one of the ways that you would choose to remove hair. And if one of these various myths that Dr. Shetty was talking about are why you haven't shaved up until now, perhaps this is something you would like to try because these are myths. And even if you do use other means of hair removal, you would still require something like the Jeanette Venus Breeze because it is an essential part of everyone's beauty kit because there will be a time when you will use it like all of us on stage do use it.
Very nicely put.
Thanks.
Now, I get the last question. Sorry, we've run out of time for questions, but I get the last question. Deepika, I'd like to ask you, you know, Breeze is not just a beauty tool. It encourages women to, you know, try something new, break the convention. So your thoughts on that? Embracing change.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm absolutely someone who endorses, you know, you have to keep reinventing, you have to keep cutting the cord sometimes, you know, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's in the form of detox, you know, sometimes for me, even something as simple as just cleaning my cupboards helps me reinvent and restart. So I think it's important. It's important to always, it's important to be in the present, but it's also equally important to think ahead and to reinvent. And most importantly, it's important to take risks, you know, because I think.
But there's no risk in shaving. Just saying. Sorry.
I mean, in reinvention, it's important to take risks.
Sure. It is very important to refresh our beliefs from time to time. Ladies and gentlemen, or ladies over here, you heard it here. Shaving is not bad for the skin. It'll only make your hair, make your skin smooth and soft at your convenience. Remember, it doesn't make your skin dark, nor does it make your hair thick, because that is determined by genetics. We just talked about that. And make sure you include the beautiful Gillette Venus Breeze in your beauty kit, because you can shave whenever, wherever, without any preparatory agent. That's the best part, isn't it? Okay, now I'm going to do something a little bit different. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we do these customary selfies at the end of an event, but we're going to do a different kind of selfie. See, this event is all about... This event is all about the Gillette Venus Breeze. It's all about having smooth and silky legs. Dr. Shetty, it's so sad that you're not wearing a dress today, but you can hitch up your trouser a little bit if you want. We're going to take a picture of legs.
my association with Gillette as a brand has been from the day I actually started working. This was my first ever shoot I did. But this one's been special because, you know, shaving is something when you think that it's doing good for you and you feel like technology-wise it doesn't get any better, Gillette always seems to surprise you. So it's pretty fantastic. So the Gillette Venus Breeze has got this 2-in-1 technology when it comes to shaving. And everything else that we spoke about is just, you know, you're on the move, you're good to go. You know, the minute you decide you have to shave, you can just do it anywhere you are. So it's a great piece.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I would talk about the association and say that, you know, like I said earlier, I think it's important for me to be associated with brands that have certain brand values and stand for something. And for me, actually, it's beyond even just the product. I think the fact that they are in a place to be able to make women feel confident and make women feel a certain way, or just what they stand for as a brand. I think all of those qualities are something that I really identify with. And you know, so it's always nice when they come out with something that leads in terms of also in terms of technology and innovation.
I just want to say I'm very excited that Gillette Venus Breeze is finally in India because it's been around in the market, for example, in places like London for over 10 years now. So I'm not sure why they're here, but better late than never. And as Deepika and I have already said, what's wonderful about this particular razor is the 2-in-1 effect of the moisture gel bars along with razor, so that you don't need any other supporting accessory like a soap or a moisturizer. It makes it very convenient, it's fast, and it's a must-have in everyone's beauty kit.
Good evening, Soha, Deepika, and
Hi.
Hi.
Will you all be doing a TVCs for also for this?
No.
Yes.
No.
I hope so. We've had so much fun today. Actually, we've always been on the brand, but for some reason they've never brought us together. And it happened today, and we've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun, and I'm sure I can speak on behalf of the girls as well. And
yes,
definitely, you know, I hope that they think of something of, you know, where all three of us can get together more often.
Yeah.
And get paid.
Deepika, are you creatively involved in your TVCs when
Nobody's going to get your humor.
And yeah, and also show like different legs in different shapes and sizes and lengths. That's what we stand for. Sorry, you were saying?
Deepika, are you creatively involved in your TVCs when they are designed? Because we have seen a connect is there always when we see your TVs, whether it's for airline or whether it's for sort of thing.
Yeah. Yes, it is, because like I said, it's important for me. For me, it's not, when I say I endorse a brand, for me it's not about just taking my money, giving them X number of days and leaving. I think for me, it's important. It's an extension. It's like a family. It's like a relationship. And when a brand does well, I look at it as an achievement for myself as well. They don't sign me on for nothing. So I think that, yes, I think it's important for me to, I think it's a balance. I think it's a balance of, like I said, when what the brand's messaging is, what they stand for, and what me as Deepika, what I stand for, and you know, where do we see that marriage, and where do we connect, and what can we tell the audience about their relationship and association.
Do you think these products also cash on the insecurities of women genuinely?
I don't think Gillette endorses looking pretty, and looking pretty means different things to different people. Beauty can mean different things to different people. I think it's about confidence. So if shaving is an important part of your lifestyle and it gives you, the individual, that confidence, then that's what it does. If someone does not believe in shaving, that's also fine. You know, that might be beautiful to them, or if they believe in an alternate method, that's also fine. I think it depends, boils down to each individual and what makes them feel their best.
And do you feel that with confidence, like it's more of hygiene also, impress also?
I think it's not so much about impressing, it's about looking good and feeling good, and it's again to answer your question about having opportunities. It's about having choices such that if you do want to shave, you can do it in a way that is responsible, that is safe,
and that is also glamorous. It's about making the whole process of shaving more of a sensorial experience where there's beautiful fragrances, there's these lovely almond, avocado, cocoa butters, so it's conditioning for your skin as well. Of course it's hygienic, it's exfoliating because every time you shave you also get rid of a top layer of dead and dry skin. So it makes you feel good, it makes you look good, and it's not an option for people who choose to adopt shaving.
Hello everyone, my question is to Deepika. Deepika, you've been making news for all the professional reasons for XXX success, but personal reason के लिए भी आप न्यूज़ में चल रही हैं. There are news that you're back to being single.
What?
Yeah.
No, we end it here. Thank you.
We don't get you because of juggle up career Hollywood and India के बीच में. We just wanted your reaction to it, to the whole news.
Which news?
You're back to being single now.
What do you think? What would you like me to be? I'll be whatever you want me to be. Thank you.
Just one question. We are looking forward for you to be a part of Mr. and Mrs. Smith reboot.
Huh?
So what? There are rumors about you being a part of Mr. and Mrs. Smith reboot. How much of that is actually true?
Well, let's set the record straight. Because I think there have been a lot of rumors about a lot of films that I'm supposedly doing. And I think that usually there's a lot of dignity that's involved when an actor is approached for a film. Whether it's a narration, whether it's an actor saying yes to a film, whether it's an actor saying no to a film. There is a certain decorum. It's unsaid, but I think most actors believe that there is a certain sort of decorum that goes, or conduct that goes with being offered a film, and then if you do it, or if you don't do it, or if, for whatever reason. And sometimes it's a bit, I can't find the right word, but I think it's a bit unclassy when certain information is given out that is completely untrue, and sometimes when an actor's name is attached to a project that has no truth or no relevance. But I guess it comes from a space of maybe, it probably works in the producer's favor to have a certain actor's name attached to a certain product to a certain film for various reasons. I've always maintained that when I'm offered a film, I'll talk about it. If I'm not doing a film, I will never talk about it. So all this speculation can go on. The only film that I am doing right now, or even thinking of or considering, is Padmavati. It's consuming all of my life. And when I have something else to talk about, I'll do that.
Deepika.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Deepika.
Huh?
What is the name of the voting?